Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Here we are, 2026. Unbelievable. And I think everybody gets a little motivated around this time. And so I thought, what a perfect opportunity to kick off the 60-day school sprint challenge that I've had in my back pocket in draft mode for a while, really wanting to first do it myself, figure out what works for me, test a lot of different things before I bring it to you guys. One thing I want to make sure everybody realizes is I am not a guru. I don't have all the answers. I built a very successful business that was successful for a few years under the high ticket model, and it was an amazing community. And I mean, it really was special. But unfortunately, the model broke, and it was a lot of pressure. Looking back on what I built, it was a lot of pressure. I had a business partner at the time, so we had to be very aligned on our direction and our energy. Energy was a big thing. Our business was called Energetic Alignment Academy. So we were really all about using smart business strategies, but really that alignment piece. And when you're building a business from a place that really doesn't feel aligned and you're coming from that place of fear, scarcity, stress, hustle, it's hard to be successful. Yeah, it's almost like you're swimming upstream, and honestly, it's not very fun. And that's kind of what that turned into. What used to be effortless launches where people just bought turned into a struggle. People weren't buying the way that they used to. And when you have a team of 7 people that are expecting a paycheck and you're running, ten to $15,000 a month in ad spend, and you have to show up at that workshop every single month. I think we did like 30 something in a row, like a 3-day, 2-hour a day workshop. It was a lot. And now that that period is behind me, I took everything that I learned from that, and after I got done licking my wounds and thinking that I was a complete and utter failure and wondering, telling myself, quitting that job that I had a 28-year career, mind you, with a pension, with 401k match, with all the perks. I quit that to bet on myself. And then when I failed, I really made that mean a lot about my identity. And to be honest, being a coach and everything, like it took me a while to coach myself out of that. And at first, I had to give myself time to be in it. I had to give myself time to figure out, what do I really want to do? So for me, AI has always been a curiosity of mine. So ever since ChatGPT came out in late 2022, soon as I saw that, I was like, wow, this is going to change everything, because I knew even back then that that was the stupidest AI would ever be. And it was only going to get smarter, and it was going to happen quickly. And so I knew that this was going to affect the coaching industry and a lot of businesses in general. So I started learning all I could, and I've been a learner ever since. So when I say I'm not a guru, I'm not. I am just maybe a few steps ahead of some of you, maybe not for others of you. Um, but what I will say is I am an operator. And so I am going to just share transparently what's working for me, what I'm doing. I'm not going to be a guru saying this is the only way that you should do this, and this is what, works, and yada, yada, yada. I'm not doing that. But I am going to share what I found valuable and how I'm doing what I'm doing, which the big part of what's really been a revolution for me is realizing that I am so much happier now. I'm so much happier now that I don't have those live launches, and I'm slowly building my monthly recurring revenue. And I'm running ads now, and they're working beautifully, and I'm attracting amazing people like yourself into my community. And I want to do the school sprint because I love this business model. Now, you don't have to do your community on Skool. If you have a community anywhere, you can do that too. But it is going to be very school content focused, because that's where I'm at and that's what I'm learning. However, I think that this could carry over into other communities. But what I want to say about schools, I know a lot of people coming to me from ads aren't familiar with Skool. So let me just give you a brief, kind of a summary of why you should consider it if you're not doing it already. So here's what I love about Skool. Number one, oh God, where do I even start? Number one, they make everything very simple. Now, me as a coach, let me say, I used to spend about $6,000 a month probably on software. We had Close.io, we had ClickUp, we had Discord, we had Kajabi, we had Calendly, we had Zoom, we had, I mean, I don't know, the list goes on and on. Free and ridiculous. So when I came to school, I didn't at first like the restrictions of what I could do and what I couldn't do. I didn't have as much flexibility. But when I decided to play with it instead of against it, I realized that it made my life so much freaking simpler. So I have really cut back like almost all the other things to focus on like I'm running ads just right to my school about page. The next thing I am going to do is I am going to test a landing page, like an option landing page, which is where you can buy this thing for one price right now, or hey, you can join the community and get this thing and, all these other things for this much a month, whatever. So that'll be something I'm going to test and I'm going to share all these things with you. So when I say I'm not a guru is I'm still learning and doing this myself. I'm rebuilding. I had a huge business that took up a lot of bandwidth and now I'm rebuilding when it's just me and my AI tools and a community of amazing people and I'm designing this community in a way that allows me to scale it without all of that overhead and risk because who knows where our future is headed honestly, like we need to think about that. I don't know, I can guess, but I can tell you what, just a year ago, N8N workflows, make.com was the thing. You got to learn how to be a builder. You want to be an AI agency. We're not far away from AI just being able to do all that for us. Like, hey, I want to build this, build it. We don't need to know how to do that. So we don't know where the future is going to go. I don't know. That's why I think it's important that we stay on top of it and I'm going to bring to you everything that I'm learning and useful tools that I think are going to be helpful in your business. But this is about being innovative and working with what we have to work with. And that means evolving. And that's really what I'm doing. And that's what I invite you to do is evolve. I hope you don't have to burn it all down like I did and start completely over. You can take what you already have and you can evolve that into something else. So the Skool business model, I don't have a script right now. And I tend to do this when I don't like have my outline is I will digress and go off in different directions. So sorry, that's my ADHD brain. Try to reel it back in why I love Skool. But anyway, because it's a simplified business model. So, first off, it's an easy platform to use, it's perfect for communities. Secondly, I'm so over social media. It's just, oh, it's like a brain suck to even scroll on there. Fortunately, I can still run ads there. So I'm grateful for that aspect of Meta, but that's about it. Like, I don't want to be spending a lot of time there. I like to spend my time on Skool because if I'm going to be sitting down to get to work on business, which is what I'm on social media for, really, unless I'm just scrolling the funny stuff and then I save those to my hilarious file and I watch those later with my husband, that's a whole different thing. That's not business. So for business, I want to be in Skool. I'm in the Skool community. I'm in a lot of other communities on Skool. So the more that you are engaged in Skool, the more you get seen. You get to like build your own profile here. You get to add value in other communities. And that is one way to build your own Skool community. So it kind of feeds itself. So there's something called the discovery page. And so if you go there, you can see, the first few pages that come up of different genres of communities. So let's say you've got personal development and then you've got spiritual or whatever it is, right? And so you have these rankings. So you always know what your rank is and how to increase your ranking. So that's one thing we're going to be focused on in the Skool challenge is increasing our ranking so that we can be discovered organically right here in Skool. So there's different so that's amazing. And then also Alex Hormozy partnered with Sam Evans. Sam Evans created this. I remember like I got into this as a free trial years ago when he first did it, but it wasn't quite there yet. So I didn't stick around. But anyway, a lot has changed. Alex Hormozy has, did his big book launch and it just exploded. So there's over 20 million people here on Skool now. It's going to continue to grow. You are in on something very new. If you're here right now, considering like this is the best time to get in here if you're not already. So Facebook groups are dead as dead can be. People are posting in there with a group of 5,000 people, and they're lucky if 100 people even get shown the post. It's just ridiculous. So um, take that as an invitation. Do with it what you will. But this is why I'm going all in on Skool personally and why I'm doing this Skool challenge. I know there's a lot of people in here who haven't yet launched their Skool and they want to. The other thing was monthly recurring revenue. Hello, say goodbye to launches that you live and die by that are super stressful. I'm growing my nice monthly revenue. I have an annual option upgrade, so that also helps with the upfront cash flow. The ads are working. So it's a model that it's almost too easy again. So I don't know how long it's going to last, you guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's take advantage of what we're being offered here to use this platform in the way that we use it to build communities. And actually, what I love about this, you guys, is I have room to breathe. I get to create what I freaking love to do. I love to figure this stuff out. I love to work with AI all day. I love to work with people who also like that. So it's like the best of both worlds without all of that stress of like, oh my gosh, we got to pay this person. We've got to measure this. We've got to show up with energy for this launch. And no matter what's going on in your life, all of that, none of that. You don't have to do that anymore. So, all of that said, we're going to start this on Monday, the 5th. And it's just going to be alive every day for the first 7 days. It's going to be more about launch your community, or at least get your community done. And then the next phase is going to be all about growth and then monetization. So the first thing is going to be to get your community done. And I'm going to start with a daily post, and we'll have a whole module for it because it'll be evergreen. So if you're not ready on Monday to start, that's okay. You can join at any time. So I'm just going to do it the first time live, and then it'll be in there evergreen for people to join whenever. But this is going to be about accountability. It's going to be about tracking things, sharing that in the group, getting feedback. Yeah, I'm just excited about it because I just think that Skool's amazing. And if you're interested in building a community, it is such a beautiful way to grow your business. So, anyway, get excited for that. That's going to be coming on Monday. There will be a pinned post. And then also, currently, right now, we've got the Saturday office hours, and I'm finding that people just aren't using it. And so I have a feeling that's probably because nobody really knows what to come with. So I'm thinking of designing that as more of a training, maybe like a live training on something, and then with extra time for Q&A if anybody's got questions about anything. Kind of supporting people in the way of, like, a lot of people are joining they know they want to build a tool, but they don't know what kind of tool to build. So almost like a brainstorming session, right? Like a little masterminding session. I can come with some value, some training, and then if people want to brainstorm, ask questions, I think that might be a great opportunity for the community to get to know each other a little better, for me to get to know you all a little better, because that hour of my time on the weekends is just kind of going unspent. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just working away. It's like my co-working time anyway, but I'm there. I'd like you guys to get value. And I feel like if we're talking more and just kind of sharing our ideas and brainstorming, that would be more valuable than just open office hours. If you have a question, pop in. So I think I might change that as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you took the time to watch this video, thank you so much. And let me know all your thoughts on this. Let me know if you're in for the Skool challenge, if you're ready to launch your business, and then, your Skool community, I should say, and then ready to learn. I'm going to say this really quick before I sign off. As far as growing, do you have to do ads? No, of course not. Do I suggest you do? Absolutely, because the feedback loop is a lot faster than if you're just doing it organically. Now, if you have already a big following, if you have a lot of people that are going to come in, then maybe you don't need to worry about it. But it kind of depends on where you're at in your business. So that's something to think about. But I will be teaching ads as part of the Skool sprint. So you will learn that if you were wondering. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great weekend. I am in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle Seahawks play a big game tonight. So go Hawks. Bye.